Tonight, an FBI probe that could be turning criminal with new reports of contact between Russia and the Trump campaign. So what to make of that? The spotlight again on former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. The New York Times reporting that Team Trump was aware that he was being investigated before the inauguration and hired him to be their NSA anyway. But we should tell you that the White House has come out moments ago. They deny that report completely. They say that is flat wrong. So we need to get to the bottom of that. In the meantime, GOP senators today emerged from a meeting with the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, to say this in part. Watch.
It's now considered a criminal investigation, and Congress's ability to conduct investigations of all things Russia has been severely limited.
The counterintelligence matter moves forward, and it is my hope that they will not be in conflict with one another, and I do not believe that they need to be in conflict with one another.
Joining me now, Elizabeth Price-Foley and Richard Painter, both are constitutional law professors, and Richard is also former White House ethics lawyer. Good to have both of you with us tonight. First, to the matter that was just discussed at the beginning of that soundbite, Richard, whether this is a criminal probe now, isn't it just by nature of it a criminal probe because it has been given to a special counsel, or no?
Well, there's a criminal probe to begin with by the Justice Department and the FBI. It's just that what has been done now is an independent special counsel is in charge. So we do not have to worry, I hope, about the interference by political appointees in this investigation. Rob Mueller will be able to conduct it free of such interference and continue and decide whether or not criminal charges shall be made against anyone. That, however, should not and will not interfere with the ability of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees to find out what Russia did inside the United States and who collaborated with the Russians. That's absolutely critical to our national security, and the fact that there is a criminal probe going on by the Justice Department with Rob Mueller in charge is not an excuse for not protecting our national security through those House and Senate Intelligence Committee investigations. That's absolutely critical that those proceed.
That those can proceed. In terms of the criminal investigation, Elizabeth, what do you see them looking into here? Where do you see the potential crime?
Well, I mean, I think that's yet to be determined. There were reports earlier, testimony before Congress that the FBI's ongoing investigation was not criminal in nature, that it was a counterterrorism investigation. Right. Now we seem to learn that there may be some criminal investigations that pour into that counterterrorism investigation. I think that's a natural evolution of it, so I don't think there's anything particularly new here. And I agree with Richard that this is not or shouldn't in any way affect the ability of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees to proceed apace.
Yeah. In terms of Michael Flynn, there was a report today, Richard, that the White House transition team was aware, or some of them were aware, that there was an investigation going on, and it was primarily, as far as we can tell, into whether or not he had accepted money from RT, Russia Television, and also from a Turkish entity to do work for them and not declared that on forms. So if that's true, and as I pointed out in the introduction, the White House says it is flat wrong, was their quote, would that be, what problem would that present?
I don't know whether it's true or not, so I'd rather find out the facts. If it were, it'd be gross incompetence, recklessness to appoint someone to a position, particularly that high up in the National Security Council, who was taking money from foreign governments and then lied about it on those forms. Those forms are there for a reason, and if you conceal payments from foreign governments on those forms, you lie. That is a criminal offense. That's a false statement under 18 United States Code 1001. It's a felony. And if he did that, not only should he not have been brought into NSC, he should have been reported to the Justice Department immediately. So that's something I think we have yet to find out, whether the White House covered up the fact that he was lying about his payments from foreign agents.
Elizabeth and Richard, I got to leave it there. Thank you very much. Good to have you both with us tonight.